Thank you for watching. Back at it. Let's get into it. Nothing is solid. There's nothing that you can see that is solid, physical, or matter. The screen, what you're able to see in front of you, the whole happening in front of you, look at it easily, scientifically. Nothing is solid. It's all atoms. And atoms aren't solid. And atoms are 99% 99.99% air, space. We're already in consciousness. We're already residing in God. It's easy to realize it. Look around. Realize that you're not solid. You are not a mind. You're not eyes that are just looking around your consciousness. So remove your thoughts, remove your identity, remove who you think you are. Reside in just pure self. Then look around and then realize everything is you. You're only able to see it because your self is manifesting everything around you. Your consciousness, which is beyond consciousness, is through consciousness simulating everything. Everything is a simulation, but not as like, now it's all a movie. Like, for real, it's all a simulation. Nothing matters. There's nothing to be scared of. There's no problems. Heartbreak doesn't exist, like my guru has even explained himself. You are upset because someone someone couldn't. Everything is some bullshit. We gotta accept it. Even right now. Even while we want to be spiritual, we busy with bullshit. Like, even when I was still like on my spiritual path, if the girl that I was with didn't complete my expectation I had in my mind that I wanted in general, I'd be upset, but like for real, like my reality would change. I'd be less happy. I'd I tell myself that I'm something like depressed or sad or upset. When that's pure delusion, I'll get into it, but it's delusion. It's You can be sad or upset, but you just allowing yourself to experience that in delusion. Because if I am feel where you are, nothing has ever affected it. External things only affect external things, but you're not something external. You're not something like your body. But all your suffering comes through thinking you the body, thinking you are the body which is in front of you. All your suffering problems comes from you thinking you're a person, you thinking you're your body. That's the main thing, actually. You just thinking you're your body. Because by thinking you're your body, then you think you're a person. Every day you have to die. Every day you have to come to realize that. For me, for example, every day I have to come to realize that this is not me. It's pure illusion. It's a vessel I choose to use to move through life, to move through time and space, for example. Because time doesn't exist, everything has already ended. Only in time, only in Maya, only in delusion and illusion, such thing as time and delusion exists. So everything in front of you, you're gonna be like, that's bullshit. I'm seeing things in front of me. I'm seeing a phone. I'm seeing a microphone, which is solid. I'm seeing there's so many hair fibers or hairs on my head. There's so much things. There are so much things that are real, and I see it, and I can touch it and feel it. But within this game, within the false reality, the things which are false are do do exist. It doesn't really exist. To you, it doesn't really exist because you are not You are not time bound. You are beyond time. You are literally source. You're the source of everything. Not I'm the source of everything and you can also be, is that you are the source of everything and I'm the same source which you are. Because if I'm not the same source which you are and that person is and she is, then my God or my source or what I'm giving power to is a false God or something which is also not existing. It's like you basically just giving it power to your ego or believing in your ego. That which resides in all I am one with. That which allowed every possible thing to be I am one with. I am not one with another thing within the being, another creation within the being. I am also one with it by being the highest, and the highest being one with all, but I'm not one with specific things within manifestation. Once there's manifest, it's time bound, it has form. But ask yourself, have you ever had form? Have you ever been time bound? Has anything ever stopped you? These atoms can be stopped by these atoms so that they cannot go through each other, if you get what I'm saying. But there's consciousness in this, and it's can always just move through. The deep part of where it gets deep is, of course, if these vibrations, the vibrations in this hand and this hand was vibrating in the correct way, they could just move through each other. I saw, I was watching episode, what's that person's name? It's a yogic who was on a podcast and he was saying like everything is a vibration and that's real. It's the truth. Even an apple, if I vibrate at the correct frequency, I can split the apple and yeah, it's like that. It's all God, which is nothing, and then its frequencies and vibrations basically, or Shakti herself. To sum up all possible vibrations and frequencies, it's Shakti. Those two are the only things that are actually real to you, because one is yourself, which you are living off, that's what I am, and the other is all that's around me. If there's only nothingness, 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 no doubt about it, no second, no more nothingness, that's just God when if you're in that space. But within that nothingness, Shiva has again desires to experience. Remember, because that nothingness is really everything. It's everything was created within that nothingness. Any possible thing is from that, and you are that, and that is what Shiva is. That is what Christ is. But when you think about Christ, it's the nothingness and the system of Shakti as well. It's what Christ is Shiva, the Father, the Holy Spirit, which is Shakti, and the Son, which is Jesus, which is me. I'm the Son, but I'm the Father, actually, and the Shakti and the Son is my manifestation. I'm gonna give you the best exercise to return to the space of yourself. There's many things to say. The best way for me, I'd say, is just to say a phrase maybe out loud, internally, then start to let it just happen naturally, the phrase or the words, and then just to give up everything. Because even right now, I can just stop everything, and now nothing happened in those 2 seconds. Of course, let's say I was just scrolling on my phone on TikTok for long and on Instagram and talking to a lot of people, using my mind and ego. If I then just sit, I'm gonna sit with a lot of things happening, if you get what I'm saying. My thoughts, my body's still like active, but so it will be more difficult to just return to yourself because you're more like in the game, but still you can just be yourself, which is the father, the highest father. There's no like self, which is lesser. That's just delusion. So I can even right now just nothing has to be done. I'm so vast. I'm so vast and expansive, and I'm so much nothing already. I'm already nothing. I'm already not this body. I don't have to do something to meditate, even though you have to meditate to stay within that space. Because if you're doing an in duality, you're creating already karma, let's say but you get skills of karma, that's a whole other topic. Like if I just put on my shoes, that's still cause and effect that's happening. But once you're enlightened, or once you have realized truth, your karma starts to play out very short, if you get what I'm saying. If there's a bug flying and I like kill it or hit it, or even just hit, like not even kill it, have aggression, fuck, most probably within that same day, I'm gonna see my karma. Like, I'm just gonna get it, like, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, shit. I shouldn't have been even mad, shouldn't have had intentions to hurt something. That's me. Like, right now, my consciousness is happening within that thing, literally, right now. So why, yeah. My bad. Yeah. I'm smiling for no reason, and that's an amazing thing. Cause like so much crazy things are happening right now. Like think about it right now. God is able to talk about God and be aware of that which is beyond all things, even this thing which you are seeing. You can be free right now. Isn't that liberating? Isn't that amazing? I don't know if I completely finished the topics. Yeah, so nothing is solid. That okay, so they say like for example, the atoms in this world in front of me is 99% space and like 0% atoms, and atoms is like mostly space, so it's all just space. My body is just mostly space. I'm seeing a 0.1% of vibrations and frequencies, which is from that manifesting the image which I'm seeing. My mind is manifesting an image and a projection, but it's from nothingness and the 0.01% within the nothingness which is happening. That's what's happening. So actually the wall, my hand even right now, my bed, my desk. laptop. It's all one thing which is happening. The separation is created in the nothingness which is happening. And it sounds just stupid to say I'm nothing, but for real, reside in yourself and ask yourself, who am I? And the answer in the end will show you that it's nothing, no thing. It's literally, it's not solid, not anything that is uneternal. It's just never ending. It's just continuous. So stay in that place, stay in that home. Stay, because yourself is your home. The kingdom of God is found within the self. Jesus said that in the Bible. So answer that to me. How's there religion that says you will be judged if you don't accept Jesus as God when you die? You're gonna go to hell. What the fuck is you talking about? I can go to heaven only if I accept Jesus as God. And that is actually true. Because you will not reach heaven if you don't yet know that Jesus is God Himself. And that actually I and all are God itself. Not separately, within God they're all that one God. So you it makes sense. Like you will, but like it's not that you have to accept that Jesus is God and only God, then you can enter heaven. Jesus is the God which is the only God, but all is the God which is the only God, if you get what I'm saying. That's where you have to find the veil of truth, which is then so you can actually find truth. Because Krishna is also God, but then you're gonna be like, as Christians, you say like, you cannot, I forgot, but this Emmanuel something, I used to mess with him when I was actually more Christian. Even though like I respect him, not saying that he's negative, I just think he lost like what truth is. But this pastor will say like, you can't pray to Krishna, the devil, Satan already got him. You can't pray to Buddha, Satan already got him. Bro's projecting already because Satan already got him. If you think that these beings who spoke about the one God, Buddha said there isn't even a God because you realize when you realize God, you realize there isn't even a God for real. But then you love that God so much because you realize that God is liberation. But that God is nothing, so there's no God really. Nothingness is God at the end of the day. But bro then will say, nah, Satan already got him and shit like that. But it's actually just projection. Because Satan got that person clearly. Because like, you have one God, which is in one being and is separate from everything. You got it so closely, but you don't got it. The one God is separate from all things, but is within all things, because it is all things. But I am, for example, I can identify with things because I am it, but like I am still beyond all things. But that God isn't one being, and all beings are separate from that being, because then you're worshipping the devil. I'm sorry. If you think Jesus and Krishna are separate things, you're still worshipping the devil because you're still worshipping and identified and in love with illusion, duality, the devil. And you can be like, whoa, okay, now you're just trying to be very, like, when you're in a world of external things, duality, a screen, like things, forms, shit like that, in love with forms. God should be this way, it should be only Jesus. When Jesus said, you can do better things than I, because you realized all is God. You realized He is God, but everything is God. Like it's common sense. You should know that by now. And if you don't, you still have to spend more time in life, and this won't be your last life for sure. I don't even know if this is mine. I always thought like there's no way. All I know is I'm not coming back to this reality. No way. No way. Not like in this Earth's future or past I'm returning. Because I don't really have much desires. I don't have. Well, that's the thing. Once you enlighten again, you realize how like it's not that bad to have desires, even though it takes you away from truth. But you realize you can never be lost. You can never be not free. You can never be unliberated. You realize enlightenment. It's so obvious how it's obviously always there, and then you realize why you've allowed yourself to be not enlightened and shit like that. And you realize your slow vibrations to eat the state. What really is it? Because like if I'm God conscious at the moment, it's like the quote, anything that the guru touches turns to gold. Because it's in that moment you're not a human indulging, you're more like God indulging. But then if you're actually God conscious, you don't really want to indulge in anything. You just want to be. Because once you then want to indulge or start indulging, illusion starts to sneak in, Maya starts to sneak in. All of a sudden, the things which is doing, you can't be God because if God is everything and beyond everything, um, how can it be this specific thing which is doing this one thing, if you know what I'm saying? I can be God realized, which is everything, but how is that God then doing something? Then God is being limited, consciousness is put into this space to be aware of this happening. So once you do, limitation arrives, and like do anything, once that's when limitation arrives. But it is enlightenment, staying aware of God, which is beyond all things, even while you're doing. But the veil of truth and veil of actually doing that and staying in awareness and being while doing that is the tricky part. That's the real enlightenment. Staying aware, realizing everything is God even while doing, that's really enlightenment. That's the real truth. Doesn't even go no further than that. Should have got on my mom. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Please stay, God, my friend. Please don't, no matter what anybody tells you, please stay in the highest reality of yourself. Please stay in the state which doesn't change. Please. Because that is your natural state, and it's actually the easiest place to reside in. When there's an up and a down, a left or a right, a good or a bad, a positive or negative, that's not for you. That's for creation to worry about. Don't worry about anything else about than yourself. I get lost in the source too, so it's okay if you do. As long as at the end of the day you remember, like my guru said, it doesn't matter whether my devotees has sex, it doesn't matter whether my devotees do drugs, because at the end of the day they remember the guru who's the embodiment of detachment. And the guru, self, and God are one. As long as you remember the guru, God, self, your eternal nature, at the end of the day, there's no problems. Because to that space which you realize no problems has ever happened to, even if you think there's a problem, it's always in delusion, and you always realize that. Thank you. Thank you. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Om.